Whew. Right, another video. Just a catch up one really. Need to do a bit of a tidying up because of the state of the bloody place now. And a couple of bits I've done off camera. I've pretty much finished the Aeromax day cab box van, blah blah, whatever it is. And I've done a little bit more on the 8x4 Mercedes. Yeah, I'll have a quick tidy up. Oh, and I've literally just received a box, so I'll open that and see what's in it. I think I've got an idea, but I can't remember. As Tim will tell you all the time, I buy things and then I forget I've bought them and they turn up and it's like Christmas. Hey! Yeah, right. I'm going to have a tidy up. Then I will show you the two trucks. Then I'll open the box. Then I'll decide what I'm doing after that. I bought a set of, I needed a new set of Aeromax stickers just to get the little Ford badges really, more than anything. So that's pretty much about all I've used. And then I'll go and find one in a case that I already had. And when I bought it, it came with a, or he sent a build manual, so I have two build manuals as well. Lovely. Go with the rest of the collection. As you can imagine, there's a few build manuals in the box down there. I had the stickers out because I was putting some on the Aeromax, just a few running ones and bits and bobs. Sometimes I tell myself I have too much, and then I tell myself, don't be an idiot, because you can't have too much. You can never have too much, especially RCs. There's such thing as too much. Spare fuel tank that I didn't use. Sure I'll find over it somewhere. I bought this box because I like the look of it. Don't know what I'm fitting it on yet, but it looked nice. Right, I do need to test if that one's working or not. So I've got a funny feeling that one blew. Oh, bought a load of these as well. They've packed them too well, I can't get them out of the box. And in the storage of bits and bobs. Blew me not it be, blew me not. Alright, see a look at that for a second. Two deliveries. Two goodies. Drink. Oh. Don't leave your cold drink in the sun, because it don't stay cold for long. Bog off, bloody fly. I'm back. Not that you know I went anywhere. Right. So what we have so far, pretty sure it's finished. Well, apart from the wheels, got to do something with the wheels because it's got unpainted fronts, standard chromed rear, but the wheels are in. Well, there's a plan for the wheels. Let's just put it that way. There's a nice plan for the wheels. Oh, let's pop you off here and show you what I've done. Right, there you can see the Aeromex. Nothing special. Fold. Put the red and white stripe all the way down the side, following the contour of the wheel arch. Made all the vinyls. The idea for this particular truck, or livery I should say, came from Andy Bundy. Just we was talking and he suggested it, and I thought, why not? It'll look alright. It'll do the job. I've made, I'm getting booked up here. You can see that. Fake tail lift for the rear. Doesn't work, but then the back doors don't open, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I think it looks alright. I've got to put some flaps or something behind them wheels, behind the lights in front of the wheels, whatever way you want to look at it. Something needs to go there, I think. Apart from that, I am pretty much calling this one finished. At least the windscreen wipers, because the ones, I don't think there was any on it to start with actually, if I remember rightly, but I can sort that out at some point. That's no hardship. But like I say, apart from that, I think it's finished. I'll do a video I'll stick on the end of this a bit later of it running. I've done a quick one on YouTube. It was just done on my phone just to test it, but I've actually changed the rear axle because the rear axle was so stiff on this. It was almost like it was locked, but it ain't locked. It's just, I need to strip it down and have a good look at it, which I might do in a minute actually. Clean it up, see what's wrong with it. It just feels there's something binding in there. It's just so tight, which is, if you watched this very short video I done of it running up the garden path the other day, it's a bit noisy, and I'm assuming it's because of that, and you can hear it wheel spinning. So the front axle's wheel spinning because the back one's pretty much locked and it won't, so all the power's going to the front one, and there was just spinning quite a bit. So I've changed the axle for now, just to see if that makes a difference. But yeah, like I say, apart from that, I think we're there. I'm toying with the idea of making a sign to go there, which I will put a link somewhere or a picture of it, maybe insert it, or if I can figure it out a little up here or something. I don't know. It's a bit too technical for me. I can push record and I can push stop, and that's about my limit. Yes, right, so hold on, I'll move this. I'll get the 8x4 Merc and I'll show you what I've done on that. It's not much, but it's something. And then I need to open these two packages that have come. Right, if you see the last video on this, you'll see that I made these tanks and stuck one on the side here to fill that gap, so it makes it look a bit better. I've decided I'm going to leave the back this gap here, because when I first started driving lorries, it never had crash bars, it never had, I mean, if you went underneath it, it was your own fault. Shouldn't have been a bloody idiot. They're too soft today on stupid people. That's my opinion. If you're stupid enough to drive under the back of a lorry, then you should live with the consequences. Why should they have to put all stuff there to stop you doing it? If your brain ain't smart enough to tell you, hold on a minute, what if I go under there, I might get hurt, or the car's going to get wrecked or whatever. I don't see why it should be someone else's responsibility to stop you doing it. So I've decided to leave this because it's an old school truck. It wouldn't have it. I'm leaving it. Like I say, my opinion might not be yours. Don't really care. That's your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. And if you are stupid enough to drive under the back of a lorry, and I've seen it happen, I've actually had it happen, then to me you're too stupid to be behind the wheel, and you shouldn't be. But there we go. So what I've done on the other side isn't much, but so I've put on, oh, let's take this camera back down, it'll be easier. Right, so I've put on one of the red boxes, tool boxes, strap boxes, whatever boxes, that Andy made me, and I just made a tray. At some point I will make a battery, or maybe two batteries, to sit on it, and it just hides, I mean you still see the top of it, but you can't do a lot about that because it's working, but it covers up the servo and it just helps fill that side gap in a bit more. So from the right angle you can't see the servo. You can only really see the servo horn there, and but that has to be there. I can't do a lot about that. Again, like I say, I'm going to leave the back if it works for me, and it's my truck, so that's all that matters. So I'm going to call this one finished for now. It's dirty, it's old. I think this was first thrown together probably 12 years ago, 13, 14 years ago, something like that. The cab came off of a 1850 I bought off of a good friend, Wayne. I called it the Tango truck because it was all orange in it. He bought it with a plan to do something and never done it, I think, and then sold it to me, and I took the cab. I can't remember why I took the cab off. I replaced the cab with the same cab for some reason, but the white one, and then I done all the back with mirrored sides and Mercedes signs all over it, which has since been stripped down, and I'm pretty sure now is that, if I remember rightly, or it could be that, but I don't think it's that because I'm pretty sure that came after, so could be that. I'm sure there's a few people out there know better than I do because I forget. It's hard keeping keeping a track of them sometimes. But yeah, that's where I am with that. This is in the days before you could buy all the steering mechanisms and that, when you had to use your brain cells and think of how to do it. And I like it. It works. Does what it's supposed to do. Right, let's put you back on the thing, and then I'll, on the thing, stick you back on your mount and see what goodies have turned up. Aztec models. Wig-wag flasher units. Have no idea what I was planning with them, but there you go. 4 wig-wag flasher units. So let's find somewhere we can put them straight in. So hopefully in 6 months' time when I'm looking for them, I'll know where they are. Or should make it a bit easier to find. Right, so I have a good idea what this is. And again, I don't have an idea why I've bought this or what it's going on, but I saw it and I thought, I like that, so I'll buy it. And I'm guessing at some point I will find something to put it on. My main problem at the moment is not ideas of what to build or anything else. My major problem is I have no room to put anything. That's the problem. So I've come to a very hard decision of I might have to sell a couple of lorries, because if I want to build more I'm going to need the room. So some things might have to go from eBay. A bit of packaging out. Know what it is yet? Well, Timothy, your mate Agro might get a baby brother. So I always said I would never do an unboxing video. Well, I guess this ain't really an unboxing video. It never makes sense to me unboxing a kit on a video that everyone already seen and know what it looks like. Just building, yeah, but unboxing just never made much sense to me. Right, that's quite nice though. That is quite nice. They're 3D printed by the look of it. Not sure why there's a fan in there. Wait, oh, that actually comes down. Oh, there you go, comes down, put your battery in. Again, like I say, I'm not sure why there's a fan in there and what it's supposed to call. Open, yeah. Guess you could put a receiver in there or something. Does that one come down? No, that one's screwed on. I quite like that. That's quite nice. KK Truck Store, not stop. Not one about. Bloody drugs again. This offer expires the 31st of May. A lot of cop that is, isn't it? In case you hadn't noticed, this what the 5th of June. So sending me something that expires a week ago. That's not a very good thing, is it? Right, that's good in the respect that you can put a battery in there, but how are you supposed to have the lead shoving around the side like that, I guess? Quite strong. I don't think they'd fall, it would go bounce off with vibration. It's not not the best fit, let's say. There's a few gaps and bits and pieces. That looks a bit pissed. But that's got to be the bottom that's pissed, not the top, because it won't bend. That's bent. But saying that, it's quite nice actually. But I can't understand a fan. That bit's lost me, because if that's right, so that would be out the back of the cab, that would be to the front of the cab, so that's going to be blowing air off the back of the cab and out on an angle. Yeah, I failed to see the reasoning behind that, and I doubt it would even get wired up. Really can't see the point of it, what it's supposed to, because I'm guessing that would be quite a fast fan. Shall we try it and see? Right, 2 AA batteries, it's spinning fast enough that you can't see the blades. But there's no power to it, because it ain't even, it's not even blowing that away really, look. You can barely feel it. It's nice and quiet, you can't hear it. Which brings me back to my first fault. What's the bloody point of it? Makes no, it's definitely spinning. But I guess if you put more power for it, well, it would spin faster, but can't hardly feel any draft from it at all. I really can't see the point of that. Yeah, I think that's the first and last time that's going to get spun. That just don't make any sense at all, really. I think we will just shove the wire up in there out of the way and pretty much leave it there. If you have any ideas, put them on a postcard, because that just don't make any sense whatsoever. It's no, you can't see it, so it would act like you'd see a fan in a radiator cooling it, which I guess that's what it's supposed to be, an extra cooling system for the truck, but it doesn't cool anything. What's it going to cool? It's blowing out the front. It's not going to take any heat away from anything, because the back of the cab would be there, so it's just going to be up against the plastic of the cab. Yeah, that's they could have left that out and sold it whatever, £10–15 cheaper, because that just don't do sod all. It's a bit pointless. I'm guessing that must go on the front of it as a walkway. And I'm also guessing, looking at that, that that must be the bracket to fit it to the chassis. Right, so that's weird. So are you supposed to screw from the inside out? Yeah, it's definitely getting stranger, it is. Right, so that's their clamp system, like their fifth wheel, so you can clamp that straight to the chassis if you don't want to drill and tap it. And then yes, you'll... Are they having a laugh? That's a shit design, isn't it? So that goes on like that, and they expect you to put a screw from the inside there out. Do they not think of things when they're designing it? It's easy when you're holding it there, but you've got to remember, if that is screwed onto the chassis, say like that for arguments, and then you're supposed to get that on there and get screws in underneath and through. Yeah, that's going to be bloody hard and very frustrating. That lets it down, I think. That bit seriously lets it down. Why don't they just make this slightly longer, or slightly smaller actually, so it goes on the inside and you could just screw from the outside in both directions? Because how the hell are you supposed to get a screw they don't even fucking line up. Right, so like that. So you're supposed to get a screw. I don't know how well you can see this. Right, so you have to put a screw in and through. Like I say, that's easy. Well, it's not that easy when it's like this, but when that's fitted onto a chassis, how the hell are you supposed to get a screw in there? The front ones go from the outside, so that's easy, but that's a very, very bad design in my book. Very bad design. It's not like you see the screw, because that hides it. So what difference does it make? Why not have the screw from the outside? That screw's on there after. I mean, that's going to be bloody hard and all when you think of it. Why it's on the chassis, screw that on there. Yeah, they ain't thought very well about this, I don't think. And it would be easy going by the picture, because going by the picture it's just a frame and it hasn't got anything in it. The tank or nothing's in. So you could sort of put your fingers inside, but as it stands there, You can't. Yeah, sorry, KK Trucks, stop. But personally, I do not think this is designed very well. I know you develop as you go and you improve as you go, but when you've got something like this and this expensive, and if you don't actually build trucks, ask someone that does. Get an idea from them. Simple question. Will this work? If you did, the person you're asking is an idiot. Because yes, it will work, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very frustrating trying to get that in. And I know certain people that just would give up and say, sod that, not even bothering. And then that would also put them off of buying your goods. So you'd lose future sales on it. When was this posted? Does it say on it? Done it, sir, Captain. I shouldn't think it was a week ago though. How can you put a thing in here, ends on the 31st? So it must have already ended when you put it in there, or the day or the next day, and you sent it second class. What's the point of that? Jesus. Jesus, man. Jesus. Oh, that was for Timothy. Jesus. Makes you wonder sometimes. It makes you wonder. Right, I'm gonna find my little camera tripod. There it is. Transfer the camera to this. And I'll do a little video of these trucks running up the path just to test them and see what it's like, and